Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of the Shadow Generations playthrough. Today, we're gonna go take on Kingdom Valley, Acts 1 and 2. Alright, so we just gotta get over here. You know, overall, I'd say this is probably my favorite stage in the game. You know, Chaos Island notwithstanding, for reasons I'll get to in a later episode. But this is, like, my favorite level to speedrun. It's got the most paths, it's overall very open, you know, just a fun level, you know, in general. That said, though, I don't really like how it kind of breaks here. What the heck? Anyways, yeah, let's continue on. Alright, I'm out of boost. I don't know at what point I'm gonna come back and get all the medals. I don't know if I want to do a 100%. Like go for the 100%, or you know, just finish the basic playthrough of the game. It's been fun doing the playthrough so far. We'll do another act of Westopolis, or Tokyo, my bad, at the end of this run. At the end of this episode. But yeah, so far it's been a pretty fun episode. Well, not just episode, but like playthrough. This has got to be my new like favorite Sonic game. Earlier it was Frontiers, and you know, I haven't really gone back to it ever since this game's come out, because it's basically replaced it in my eyes. Because Frontiers, while it's a good game, it's just the level design is what's lacking, honestly. It's not like Frontiers has it like it's like bad or anything. It's just the level design is all straight up ripped from Sonic Generations, and from Sonic Unleashed, and from all the older Sonic games that, you know, just exist. Like, I'm pretty sure that what's it? That Chaos Control. I was gonna say, what's the level? Anyway, there's a level in the game that's literally just Skyrail is straight up ripped out of the Sonic Adventure 2 and dropped into Sonic Frontiers. So yeah, it's the downside of using the old level designs. While they're really good, it's that most people who are Sonic fans have played. Oh, what the heck? No. Well, I'm dead. Anyways. Most people who are Sonic fans have played those levels before, so they know what the level design is. So it's not really fun. It's just like a repeat of previous levels. So yeah, that's really my biggest complaint with Frontiers. It's kind of always been my biggest complaint, I want to say. Well, yeah, it's kind of been my only complaint with Frontiers, is that the level design could use work. And, you know, for that reason, I kind of just see Shadow Generations as just the much better Sonic Frontiers. Because let's be honest, that's very much what it is a much better version of Sonic Frontiers. Because it's got the open zones, the new level, not new, well yeah, new level design, the somewhat more upgraded combat system. I'm gonna say it's somewhat more upgraded because Shadow does use like combat maneuvers, but not to the degree that you do in Frontiers. Also, I did terribly on this level. Still got an S, but that was not my best. Not even close. Anyways. So yeah, like, Sonic Frontiers used to be my favorite Sonic game, but this is just taking the cake. It's also got a better story, in my opinion, because of, well, it just has a much more impactful story, I will say. Sonic Frontiers' story isn't like lesser by comparison. It's just, it doesn't leave as much of a mark on me as it did like other Sonic stories. Like, Unleashed story is pretty bare bones. I'll say that much. So, it's not like Frontiers, by comparison, is anything to scoff at. It's just, the story is a little bit meh. It's a great game, but I don't know. Honeymoon phase of the story is kind of worn off, or what do you... Like, the rose-tinted glasses of the story have come off. If you catch my meaning. Although I'm not exactly as excited to do this boss next that we're going for. That being, if for anyone who's played the game, it's Metal Overlord, because, you know, that's the next boss in the timeline. But I'm not too thrilled about fighting Metal Overlord, because he is my least favorite boss in this game, if I'm being honest. Again, very good game. This is my favorite Sonic game to date. It is probably the most graphically, it looks beautiful. It's the most graphically upgraded Sonic game that we've ever had, period. And this is the Switch version I'm playing on, and it looks amazing. So yeah, you can really see my point, like, through the gameplay that we're running through Kingdom Valley right now. But, like, by comparison to, like, even Unleashed, I'm gonna put it up there above Unleashed. And that's like a hot take for me, because I think pretty much I've always thought that Unleashed is the most beautiful looking Sonic game ever, up until Shadow Generations released, really. And so that's like a record of, I think, counting 2008 to 2024, that's a record of like 14 years. So dang, Sonic Unleashed really just like, get up here. Sonic Unleashed really was just something else in terms of physical, like, looks, graphical fidelity. It's just amazing by comparison. This game, you can like see the particle effects every time Shadow does something. In, like, not even in Unleashed were you able to see that, even on the Xbox version, which is the most updated version, which, you know, we're still waiting on that PC port, Sega. The fans have already done it. So, like, I think it's cool that the fans did it, but why did it take, why have we never gotten a PC port of that? It's like, no brainer. If you did that, you'd have increased sales. Like, why didn't you do that? Anyway, so here is the end of Kingdom Valley Act 2. Not my best time, but we're not really going for best times here. And we have restored Kingdom Valley. Oh, and there's Big the Cat. You know, I will say, I actually do miss the Big the Cat fishing minigame, but I'll just be quiet for this cutscene.
Hello, your name's Shadow, isn't it? Have you seen my good buddy, Froggy?
Yeah, so as I was saying, one thing I do miss that's, you know, about Frontiers that's not in this game is the Big the Cat fishing minigames. I know that Tails and what's it? Oh, the Egg Memos. Yeah, the Egg Memos, or Sage. I don't remember which one, but it was confirmed that Big is just an illusion in that game. It's kind of a bummer, but Honestly, I really wish he was real, like in this game, like he's actually on the adventure, because that would be funny to just see Big just happen, like he just happens to be on all 3 of the islands, just in cyberspace for no reason. I feel like that's something that Big the Cat totally would do in like the Sonic lore. I don't know why they made it so that he wasn't like that, but anyways, I miss the Big the Cat fishing minigames. That was probably the best thing in Frontiers outside of the boss fights. Cyberspace, like I said, reuse level design. It could have been better, it could have been worse. It's just not the same impact. Anyways, I'm up here. What am I doing up here? Let's go. Like Kingdom, not Kingdom Valley, Sunset Heights. And you know, it's this level really that got the biggest upgrade in my opinion, like biggest glow up. This level is an entirely different thing compared to Forces. You play Forces, you're missing out. Like, Shadow Generations has the best version of Sunset Heights, and for me to say that is actually kind of sad if you really think about it, because, you know, Forces could have been pretty great when it comes to this level, but no, they had to, like everything else in the game, they kind of botched it. It is still objectively one of the best levels in the game, in Forces. But not by much. It's kind of like a hollow victory in a sense, because it's still only like bare bones by comparison to the one that we have in this game. And this game only used it for like half the level. You'll see my point in a moment. Because we have... We're already almost at the halfway point right here. It's, you know, again, a very cool level that they just botched in Forces. And we're at the halfway point with like 1 minute into the level. And this is by no means a short level, so the fact that they did it really well in Generations, which technically this makes it a prequel to that version of that Forces level, if you really think about it, because this takes place previously in the timeline. But, you know, again, Shadow Generations is a huge difference in quality. It's just much better, in my opinion. It's not exactly a hot take or anything, it's just, you know, why couldn't it have been this way in Forces to begin with? Anyways, yeah, we're at the halfway point of the level. I don't know why there's this random hallway that leads to nothing. It kind of makes no sense if you really think about it, but whatever. And now we're in Radical Highway Zone. So of the levels, this appears in... This is actually the last appearance of the Radical Highway Zone in this game. You know, I saw a lot of memes about it being the only place that Shadow goes to in this game for whatever reason, but
think this will stop me?
You know, if you actually play the game, it only appears in 3 out of the 5 total zones. The other, and it's not even 3. This is Act 1. It only appears in Act 1s in the game, and the only ones it actually appears in are Space Colony Arc, Rail Canyon, and Sunset Heights. So the fact that it's not in like Kingdom Valley, which I get why it's not Kingdom Valley, because Kingdom Valley is probably the only one it shouldn't be in, because, you know, Black Doom never went to Kingdom Valley, and he was never... Well, actually, no, that logic doesn't track, because he's never been to Sunset Heights either, so that kind of makes no sense. I'm trailing off into a tangent, but my point being that no, the game isn't mostly Radical Highway. Radical Highway is the final level in the game, but the rest of the game isn't just Radical Highway. They have Chaos Island, they have Kingdom Valley. 2 of the bosses are unrelated to Black Doom, really. So, it's not exactly, it's not exactly just all Radical Highway. So that meme is kind of, it's funny, but it's not true in a 100% sense. Funny because it's not true. Anyway, we've restored part of Sunset Heights. And the Doom Moon has opened once again. Alright, time for Sunset Heights Act 2. I know everybody gives 2D a bad rap among the Sonic community, like 2.5D. But honestly, I think these levels, the 2.5D, they're some of the best levels in this game. Period. Like, they're way better than the classic Sonic stages. The classic Sonic stages are good, but like, they got nothing on Shadow stages, because you can really just speedrun your way through these levels and have a blast. Even just playing casually like I am right now, I'm already, it's only like the 34-second mark, and I'm already like a third of the way through this level. And you could argue that that's a bad thing, because the game isn't really that challenging, and I would agree that it's not that challenging, but I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, because you have a low barrier to entry in this game, but you have a high skill ceiling. You can get really, really creative with these abilities. Kind of like I've been doing right here. And up we go. See, at the 1 minute mark, we're already at this point. And like I was saying previously, there's no Doom Zone in this level, so it's not exactly... Or, I guess there's no Radical Highway zone in this level, so... The fact of the matter is, Radical Highway isn't used in the majority of the game, and I find it funny that people are just, like, making memes about how it's... Oh, it's the number one thing, like, it's the majority of the game is Radical Highway. When, it's... Radical Highway is, like, a tiny portion of the game, really. The rest of the game is really, like... even just the fact that Maria doesn't show up until... oh, spoilers. Maria doesn't show up until after this particular level. But the fact is, the majority of the game is actually boss fights. Boss fights and special levels. Like, special act gates. There's like a total of, I want to say, doing the math, there's not 9 keys, there's 10. So with 10 keys, there's 20 special act gates in this game. And then you have the regular acts. There's 5 regular 3D acts, and then 5 regular 2D acts. So 30 acts in this game. Not including the boss fights, by the way. So 33 with the boss fights. Plus the last 3. The last 2 acts and then the final boss. So that's a total of 36 levels in this game. Like, and that's all the levels in this game. Sonic Generations has like 50 plus levels because it has like 10 act gates per area. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up for this cutscene. There's Maria. Dang, that one guy just... he took all the damage. Like, all the damage the other guys were supposed to get.
Maria.
Shadow!
Shadow is reliving some things.
Maria. Thank you, Shadow.
Where did you learn to fight like that?
Shadow's like not even giving them like any attention. This is almost like
Perhaps I can change their fate.
it's
You look grim.
really
Are you
disheartening
alright?
actually to think about what the implications are of this.
Be fine. We'll all be fine. Find somewhere safe to hide. I'll take care of everything.
All right, we're gonna go talk to Gerald and Maria real quick.
Shadow.
I deduced that we're in some kind of temporal anomaly. Therefore, I thought it better not to interact with too many elements to prevent a paradox from occurring. Yep, Gerald knows what's up. Here. But you've been acting rather boldly, so perhaps I've been too cautious. I'll continue to study the anomaly. If I find anything pertinent, I'll inform you right away. Be careful. Maria? I talk to Maria. Shadow, when did you become so strong and confident? So I find this funny that this implies that Shadow was kind of meek before, which I don't think that's necessarily true. He's kind of always had this edgy-ish attitude, even in like the flashbacks that we've been given of him. He was like tough, like hardened, kind of. That was kind of his character, is he's hardened and reserved. But anyways,
Careful, Shadow.
please be careful out there. Those aliens are fearsome.
Shadow.
Oh, Shadow. You were just getting comfortable aboard the Ark when all of this happened. I hope all the staff are doing okay. They've all really warmed up to you. I find that a bit wholesome. All right, let's go talk to Omega real quick. Let's see what he's been saying. We haven't seen him in a while. Warning, Metal Overlord contains a copy of your lifeform data. He can also perform chaos control and neutralize your power. I recommend you attack directly and quickly. We haven't even gone to Metal Overlord. Metal Overlord, an upgraded form of Metal Sonic. In the past, we showed him mercy. We were all weapons of Dr. Eggman, pawns in his schemes. Do not repeat past mistakes. Destroy him. Observation. Metal Sonic is the only Eggman creation on par with Sonic. I will prove to be the most powerful robot. Do I prove this by destroying Metal Sonic or Sonic? Perhaps both. Current mission must take priority. He's having an existential crisis. Boy's rethinking his life. Warning. Okay, we've already gone over this. So yeah. I just find that funny. The character interactions are the best thing about this game, in my opinion, because the character interactions in Frontiers were fine, but they didn't have nearly as much, I would say, passion that these ones have. These are just funny, quirky, and I love it. Yeah, Rebel. Alright, let's go unlock Metal Overlord. Oh, man. Got it. Doors unlocked. Oh, we have to do this. So where's the little... There it is. Where's the... There it is. There we go. Door's unlocked. Or at least it should be. What gives? Did it despawn? I bet the Chaos Spear despawned because I went out of render distance.
Out of my way.
There we go. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's probably how this game runs so well is the fact that the render distance is like really tiny.
Let's do this.
You know, it is the Switch after all that I'm playing on. This thing. I'm glad that they're finally making a Switch 2 because they needed an upgrade. Nintendo needed an upgrade. Nintendo had a slingshot while everybody else had an iron sword. Or like an AK-47 or something. Anyways, let's start with, I think we have, yep, we still have something to do in Rail Canyon, so let's just do this one and the ones in Kingdom Valley. That should get us all the keys that we need. Boing. I know. Okay. So for this one, we need to get 100 rings. This should be pretty easy. It's Rail Canyon. Boing. Uh-oh. That would have been really bad, honestly. If I used myself like remember like last episode? That would have been really bad. Alright, I got an A rank, I don't really care. All that matters is we beat that level. Alright. Aim and fire with Chaos Spear. I think this is our first. Yeah, this is the first challenge with Chaos Spear. I don't remember what we did. I'll have to go back and watch the episode, but I think we did non-Chaos Spear related stuff in the previous episode.
Out of my way.
Yeah, okay. So how many do I have to get? Oh,
Chaos control.
oh, I got hit. Boink. Boink. Alright, guess we go this path.
Alright. 3.
Seems reasonable. Uh-oh. Got that.
This is the ultimate power.
51 seconds. We got an S rank. And we have restored more of Rail Canyon. Alright, we got that. First key down. Alright, in the spirit of fairness, since these are technically special acts, I'm gonna go and do Tokyo's first special act before we get the next 2 keys. I just think it's only fair. Yeah, extra Tokyo. Act 1, Challenge 1. Oh, this is the Balloon Rush. This should be easy. Yep. This should be easy. Like, really easy. 50 balloons? Okay. Wait. Yeah. There we go. Big balloon. Big balloon. Does the big balloon count for more? It doesn't look like it. Oi. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
This is the ultimate power.
Definitely gonna be a challenge getting the, like, special... Oh, we need that. Alright. Success. And we got an A rank. Alrighty, enough messing around. Let's go finish these, let's just finish the Kingdom Valley acts, special acts. We need the keys anyways. Oh, I did mention that Metal Overlord is my least favorite boss at the beginning of the episode. You'll see why. It really boils down to the fact that they use the Manta Ray Doom Surf mechanic like for the entire fight. I don't think that was the best move. I think it should have been a straight up 1v1 like the way Mephiles' boss fight worked. They should have had an arena. That would have been like 10 times better in my opinion, because the way they do it in the game currently, I think this is like the one flaw with the game. They use the gimmick for the boss fight, and it ends up becoming like really hard to actually play the level. Like ridiculously so. It's not, oh, it's hard because it's, oh, I just died. Without being touched by enemies much. It's not the, oh, it's hard because the game is hard. No, it's just unnecessarily hard because the level, like the way the level works, kind of sucks. Don't get crushed. Don't get crushed. Oh, that was close. Meow. Whoa, that was close. Really close. Ow. This one's a toughie. Oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, thank the Lord for those platforms. This is honestly the way I'm playing is kind of pathetic right now. Yeah, run. Run. Okay. A B. Yep, I'm never doing that level again. Never again. And I fell. Boing. Ooh, whatever that lag was. Yikes. Kingdom Valley, Act 2, Challenge 2. What's this one? Looks like a certain, yeah, it's a certain number of enemies. This should be easy. Bye. Up.
Chaos control.
Chaos control. Bye-bye. And I'm done with the required amount. Let's go up this way. Wow, yeah, that is an entirely different contrast to the other level. Comment down below, what's your guys' opinions, like, for those of you who have the game, what's your guys' opinions of the challenge acts? Because they make up about, I want to say, 2/3 of the game. Well, no, they make up about half of the game. So whatever your guys' opinions are on this, I'd love to hear them in the comments below, because my opinion, in all honesty, is that these are the, like, they're fine. That's my opinion. They're fine. They could have been better, but they're fine. Alright, let's grab this journal real quick. And this one. Alright. Final key. Crush with surf spin. Oh, okay. This ability, Doom Surf Spin, this is gonna be essential for the boss fight with Metal Overlord, because most of what you do in that boss fight is related to this. So yeah, this is gonna be essential. Well, oh wait, the wrong way. Okay, let's get this big pile here. Got that, and we're done. Got an A rank. I think the Doom Surf ability was used better in Black Doom's fight, because you can use it, but like it's used only in the beginning half of the fight. They don't make it the whole fight. Like Doom Surf kind of defeats. Oh, it's another ring roll. Doom Surf is kind of the only thing you use in the Metal Overlord fight, so it kind of diminishes its, I guess, value, you could say. That, and it's just, it's really not as fun as you think it is to use it on that particular level. The way you use it throughout the rest of the game, I think it's fun, but on that particular level, they kind of botched it. In episode 1, I mentioned how there's this ability where you can press the boost button and you can go faster because of it. Yeah, well, they didn't really need to rethink that level specifically, in my opinion. We have restored Kingdom Valley. What is this? Let's just grab this music note. I don't know. Comment down below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Would you guys like me to make a video talking about the Metal Overlord boss fight in this game? Because, from what I've heard of the Metal Overlord boss fight in the original game, not the original game, in Sonic Heroes, it wasn't that great either. Like, to actually play the boss fight. The final Team Heroes boss fight against Metal in Sonic Heroes is supposedly the best one. But I've never owned Sonic Heroes, so I can neither confirm nor deny that, in my opinion, is the best or the worst. All I can say is for sure is that in this game, I dislike it. I really dislike that boss fight. I think Mephiles is good. I think the Bio-Lizard is perhaps the biggest boss glow up in the entire franchise. And then I think Black Doom is good overall, and Neo Devil Doom. But Metal Overlord, it's only a slight upgrade in my opinion. Well, even if you could call it that, because again, I'm not sure what the state of Metal Overlord is in his original debut game. Like, I'm pretty sure he's an intimidating, cool final boss, but Alright, let's do this thing. I find it interesting we didn't get any Doom gears throughout this area. We just got Doom gears for level 1, level 2, and the Bio Lizard. And then there was no Doom gears for the last 2 levels. Huh. That's a bit weird. But I guess at this point we actually have most of the abilities in the game, so it's like, it makes sense to a degree. Alright, I'm gonna go for an S because I've never actually gotten an S on this level, the boss. Let's do this. You can say what you want, but it's like a 0.9 second difference for why I don't have an S in my main file. So, I don't think I'm that bad at this level. Again, my reasons could just be skill issue for not liking this, but, you know, I'm doing pretty okay right now. Darn it. Wait. What? Oh. Hey. Come on. Oh, I messed up. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I used chaos control at the wrong time. That was really bad. Like, really dumb of me to use chaos control that way. All I did was watch my, my time. Alright, this is the part that I really hate is... Oi! That's why. Oh! Yeah, I'm lucky to be alive. I should have died there, honestly. Oh, again, I get hit. Hit Metal Overlord. Oh, we're at the second phase. Yeah, I did say that they needed to do something else with the Doom server, and this is pretty much my main reason. Is like all the 2D in this particular game, like not Sonic Generations, but this game, Shadow Generations. The 2D in this game, most of it is really good. But this particular area, it's a whirlpool. Where I think this area would have really benefited from some 3D gameplay. And if they were going to go this route, I think this should have been like a platform where you actually fight him. It would have made the boss a little bit better in my opinion, because then, you know, you'd actually have more to do. You're just on rails, just spinning around doing this. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, this part's really cool, but I cannot say that this is the... I'm gonna say, if I'm gonna do a tier list or anything, like ranking this boss, this is not ranking this boss, but ranking all the boss fights in this game. This is the absolute weakest boss in the game by a long shot. The finisher is cool though. Cool finisher, but all three have a cool finisher, so it's not saying much. And I got an A rank. See, it was a 14-second difference. If I had been 14 seconds faster, I would have gotten S rank. Oh well. Alrighty. Doom Gear. And the Doom Moon is opened again. It looks like a squid. Oh, cutscene? I forgot this cutscene comes right here.
Shadow? Are you in pain?
No. I feel a connection to the symbol in the sky. It's the same tingle as my new abilities.
All the interactions between Shadow and Maria in this game are just...
I made a Faustian
They're kind of painful to watch, not because they're bad, but
now it seems
it's disheartening knowing what happens to Maria. I mean, poor Shadow.
So my powers, that symbol, they're all connected.
Maria's illness couldn't be treated on Earth. I could better manage her condition on the Ark, even if her family didn't like the idea. I attempted to develop the ultimate life form as a means to find a cure for Maria. My own experiments have reached their frustrating limit.
Yikes.
So when that alien warlord reached out to me and offered the miracle of chaos control, I accepted it. Through his DNA, the ultimate life form was born. Black Doom wanted me to make the perfect warrior for him. So these new abilities are all part of his grand design. You two are linked by blood. As you grow in power, so does he.
So this raises the question, do Maria and Gerald know what happens to Shadow in the future because of these events? Because Maria implied that Shadow was like basically a newborn. Like physically he's 15, but he's mentally just newborn. He literally has just come out of that canister pod thing, like not even a few days ago. A short while ago is what she says, but we can assume it's like days at most. Days at least, months at most, because we don't really have a clear, concise timeline for how long Shadow was on the Ark. So yeah, he has to have been asleep for like a really long time, only have just woken up, and really not been awake for very long for Maria to just say that off the cuff. Alright, let's get this new Doom power.
Something calls to me.
Something calls to Shadow.
No.
This one's the most terrifying to watch, in my opinion. It is just like huge. And it ends up being a squid. Wait, I wonder if they got the idea for this mechanic from Splatoon. That's my only guess as to where they got the idea for this mechanic, because that's the only game I can think of where you have similar mechanics in the game. Maybe Spider-Man, but Spider-Man, I don't think about that. Spider-Man has like web swinging. I don't think that's the same thing. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna come over here. That is gonna do it for this part of the series. That's gonna do it for episode 2. So if you guys like the video, don't forget to like it, share, subscribe, and check out part 1, which is gonna be on the screen now, the playlist, or check out some of my other videos on the channel. I have my largest playlist should be up on screen, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.